SEP Fanfic Readings presents Deep, Deeply by Anonymous. The following piece was a submission for the Dramione Fanfiction Forum's Sounds Like Dramione event. Author reveals will take place on September 1st, and at that time, I will share the author's name and contact information. Chapter 1. Prologue. There were several places he'd call home. He'd been fortunate in that way, and in many others. There was the manor, the home he'd been born into. It's where he kept his toys, favorite broom, and most frequently reread books. It's where he spent most of his childhood, and where he played with his first friends. His family had an estate in France where he spent his summers. The garden smelt like jasmine. There was a stream and a koi pond beyond the lemon orchard. He rarely saw the inside of the estate on holidays. It was here that he learned a home didn't need to be a building, and that it could be a feeling instead. At 11, Hogwarts became his favorite home of all. It's where his friends turned into family, where he tasted freedom and found power beyond the name his father bestowed upon him. There were no tutors. No one stood over his shoulder as he worked. No one dictated how he ate or how much. Hogwarts allowed him to breathe. But then his father sold the estate in France to the Lestrange family during his 4th year at school. The desecration of the garden was horrifying. Lemon trees were struck down during fits of rage, and the koi in the pond died out. Left behind were their bloated carcasses, both picked apart and floating on the muddy surface. That was the first time he'd seen death and decay up close. And the manor. The manor stopped feeling like home the moment his classmate was cruciated on the drawing room floor. When the Dark Lord took refuge 3 doors down from his childhood bedroom. When his Muggle Studies professor was murdered on his dining table. When he was dragged down into his own cellar and cursed within an inch of his life. And then Hogwarts. Hogwarts stopped being his home the day he chose to honor his father, taking the dark mark, turning his back on intuition. It robbed him of every last bit of comfort he'd known. It started him on a downward spiral, where having anything now meant having something to lose. After that, the years worked overtime to strip Draco Malfoy bare.